Welcome to the demo of Birdie Board version 1.14.0. There's a lot of things I put into this version, so there's a lot of cool things I can show off. The first thing is just an improvement. If we go to one of my completed matches here, I can show it off. You have two stats here in the Feathered Feats, the best net hole and the worst gross hole. You can see that in this particular match, I have both of these. And what I did differently for this is the best net hole and the worst gross hole used to be calculated just straight up the lowest net score and the actual number, not relative to par, and the worst gross score hole, which again, it was just the highest number across all the holes. But obviously, like a net eagle on a par 4, that's a 2, is technically going to be better than a birdie on a par 3. So if you set all the pars for every hole as part of your match, this best net hole and the worst gross hole is now going to be calculated based off the par instead of just the lowest and the highest. So I thought that was a really good improvement that I made. The next improvement that I made is if you are playing hole by hole scoring, our team match, let's go to golf trip here. What I did is put a little green vertical bar that clearly indicates who won that hole. So you can see this team won the first hole, and then the red team here took the next 5 holes before the blue team came back a little bit. But it's just a little visual indicator there just to be able to quickly glance and see who won each hole. If it's a tie, I don't show anything. One of my favorite features I added is this play again button. So if you really like the settings of a match that you recently played, you don't have to go through and recreate everything during your match creation here. What you can do instead is just click this play again button and then select which game you want to play again. So let's say I want to replay the Jeffersonville golf course. I just click that, I click continue, and it preloads all the settings that I played with that match. So you can see, like, I used handicaps, I played team play, it was hole by hole scoring, and I played best ball, and even the round details are loaded too. So the competition size, the golf holes, and even better, all the handicaps and everything are already set. So you can see too, even, well, for this particular round I didn't end up doing course rating, but even this would be set if I ended up playing that. I think we can show it off again with a different match here. So let's go to like the Reebok Invitational. This was the YouTube video I did showing what the Reebok Invitational would look like in Birdie Board. We can go to stroke play here, and you can see for this course, or for this round in particular, I did set the rating, slope, and par, and all the pars and handicaps. So it's a really easy way to quick start a match without having to fill in all the details, especially if you've done it before. The last feature I wanted to show off is hosts can now remove players from matches. So I'm going to go ahead and set up a match real quick. I'm just going to copy one of the recent ones and then successfully created the match here. We go here and give me a second to add a couple players here. So I just added a few players. Let's say we get to the course and we're all warming up, and turns out Tyler wasn't going to make it to the match. Not a problem. You can't get hold of him, so you can't get him to remove himself from the match. But what you can do is you can go over here as a host, click the little pencil, go to Tyler's name, and you'll see a new remove player button. You just remove him like that, and just like that, they're removed from the match now. And you can go ahead and start the match. So just a nice feature there. I think there's probably a couple other use cases that you might have this happen. The one that I thought of is like what I mentioned, is when a player just doesn't show up. Players have always been able to remove themselves from matches, but it's convenient, obviously, if the host can do it. I imagine like someone says they can't show up, and you're like trying to get them to leave the match. Well, if you can't get hold of them for some reason or something along those lines, then you can just go in here and remove them manually. So a nice little feature here. That's all the features that are included in version 1.14.0 Birdie Board. Thanks for watching, everyone.